Just didn't hit any of the pace at all from the past few months in the MAF tests. Alrighty, so it's about 20 past 5 Tuesday morning, 10 degrees outside according to the temperature on the car, so we're going to go and get this MAF test done. Put it off for a week if you've been watching the channel that I've had a niggly calf, but the calf's fine now, perfect running conditions, so we'll see how this MAF test goes. Heart rate isn't playing the game this morning, pretty high. Down, 1 to go. I'll be glad when this one's over. Okay, 12k MAF test done. Guys, not going to sugarcoat it for you because that was pretty disappointing. Just didn't hit any of the pace at all from the past few months in the MAF tests. I know it was 4k longer, but it was never on the pace. It was a good 10-15 seconds slower per kilometre, right, pretty much from the get-go. Look, pretty disappointing results. Get this cool down done and then talk a bit more about it. Got it done before the sun came up. That's how early I was out here. Alright, cool down done. Might just see if I can find a spot out of this wind so I don't get too much wind noise through here. Looks as good as any. Alright, so they really didn't go as expected. As I said, pretty disappointing. Really from about 6 or 7k, so I guess a little bit over halfway, the heart rate just spiked above that MAF level and just couldn't get it down. It just hovered around 1 or 2 beats above the my 132 MAF level. The last couple of MAF tests that I've done over 8k have been hovering around the 4:30 average. That one today, look, until I get home and work it all out, I think it was probably slower than 140 minute per k. Yeah, I think it's indicative of the way I've been running the last few weeks, and I haven't felt great running. Even in my long run on Sunday, heart rate was really high. I know I went out a little bit later and it was a bit warmer, but it was high and really struggled towards the end of that 28k run. So don't know what's going on. I didn't sleep real well last night, tossed and turned for a fair bit, so whether that's had something to do with the results of the MAF test today, not sure, but the run felt comfortable. I couldn't stick to my MAF aerobic heart rate level. It was dark when I started. I probably didn't get light for about 4 or 5k, but I could still see on the watch where the heart rate was, and for that first 5k it was under that 130 beats per minute, but after that it was gone. I just couldn't I couldn't get it back. Pretty disappointed. Puts me back about I reckon about 3 months to where I was with the last MAF test around that pace. I have to look up the results, but I think it was probably about March, I think, where I was about mid 440s per kilometre. Yeah, I don't know, as I said, the running has been a little bit of a struggle lately. Don't know why. I don't know whether it's because I've just gone back to the pure MAF level and not doing any speed work like I did during April, and also running to no plan at the moment as well. Everything's sort of a bit ad hoc, just go out and run each day how far I really feel like doing. So maybe I'll need to sit down and work out a bit more of a plan on where I'm going and what I'm doing. And anyway, so that's done. So I might go and put the new balances on now, the 1080 version 10s. Still trying to break them in. I've done a couple of runs in them on the grass, about 2 to 3k. Might try and do 3 or 4k this morning in them. Still struggling a little bit to get them to feel right. Still feeling a little bit of pressure in that left foot wearing them, so just keep trying to break them in. Really want to get used to them because I really like them. They're a great fit. When you put them on, they just really fit like a glove. and they're really comfortable to run in. They give you a good ride, so I want to persevere with them, and so it's just little bits and pieces with them for now, and hopefully I can get used to them. Oh, my hands are cold, I can't get the shoelaces undone. Oh, it's pretty cool, guys. Oh, had trouble getting the laces on and off of the shoes. Fingers are so cold. Alright, let's go and do a couple of K in these New Balance. A short run and a slow jog, but felt much better in the New Balances then. No soreness in the feet at all. Just keep chipping away there, and I think they're going to be okay, but won't be doing 18k in a new pair of shoes next time, that's for sure. Alright, I'm cold, I'm going home. Breakfast time, but first I've got to stretch. Guess I should have known that things were going to be a bit off today. Left my hat in the car, and I always run in a hat, and I got about 5 minutes in and I thought, oh, I've forgotten my hat. Should I go back and get it? And I said, oh no, don't worry about it. But first time I haven't run in a hat for a long time, so anyway. Small bits of trivia. Oh, I forgot to mention too, the calf. Spot on, no problems at all there, no tightness, no soreness at all in that calf now, so I think I can forget worrying about that. So that was one positive from the morning. Hi guys, I'm home now, and what you just saw was pretty fresh and pretty raw straight after the MAF test for June. When I first started this vlog, I said that I would be open, honest and transparent with my running, and you know, I wasn't about to gloss over anything, and if things went tits up, they went tits up. You were going to hear about it. So today was one of those moments where it was I guess you could say a one step forward, two step backwards moment. Had a look at the previous 3 months results of the MAF. June's MAF test was considerably slower. April and May was 4:28 and 4:29, and today ended up being 4:42, which was marginally faster than the March test, which was around about 4:46. Now I put a link to the March test up here in the right hand corner. I feel like I've gone backwards with the MAF, and I don't really know why, because nothing's really changed. I did have that speed block in April, which may have contributed to the May results, but there wasn't a lot of difference between April and May. I'm a little bit perplexed by why there's been such a discrepancy from May to June, and I can't blame the extra 4 kilometres, because the first 8 kilometres of this June MAF test were nowhere near the pace of the May test, so something's gone drastically wrong. Maybe not drastically might be a bit too extreme. Something's gone wrong between May and June. Not sure what it is. You know, have I just got sick of the MAF? Is it because I haven't done the speed work? Is it because I had those 3 days off last week because of the niggly calf? Is it my diet? Am I just tired? These are some of the things that I'm going to have to search out and come up with answers for. That's pretty much the wash up for the MAF test for June. It's left me questioning MAF yet again. It's not the first time. I questioned myself after that March test, and I've questioned myself many times early on when I first started the MAF. You know, is it the right thing for me to do to keep going forward? I have committed to doing the half marathon MAF test in August. I'm going to continue through with that. It's about 7 or 8 weeks until then, and then I think after the August MAF test, I'm certainly going to re-evaluate the MAF and where my running goes from there. And it may be an ideal opportunity to maybe change things around, because it looks like New Zealand have come off the restrictions with the COVID-19 now, which may open up their marathon events towards the end of the year, namely Auckland and Queenstown in October, November. If I did ditch the MAF in August to go into a marathon block, it could be a possibility if the travel restrictions between Australia and New Zealand are lifted, but we'll just have to wait and see what happens there. That's about where we're at the moment. I'm disappointed with this month's MAF test. You know, I'm certainly going to continue with the MAF until that August MAF test. Hopefully I can turn the corner in the next few weeks and get back to the level I was around that May test. Question from Kevin. He just wanted to know what software I use when I'm putting these videos together. Well, I use the GoPro 8 when I'm out running, and for the software I'm using a very old version of iMovie with the Mac computer that I have. It's probably about 8 or 9 years old now, so a little bit restrictive, but just trying to do the best I can with that at the moment. Alright guys, I've done it again. This video's gone too long. I think I'm going to have to start using a timer clock or something to sit here on the table so that I know just how long that I'm going for. I'm going to sign off now. Hope you're all doing well, running well, staying safe, and I'll catch you in the next video, lobbying in the next couple of days. Hooroo.